I'm here for you, Julia and Josie, my sweet daughters. Not so that you could listen to me today as you are only 3 and 4 years old, but perhaps when you're much older, maybe 17 and 18, and you have questions for me about our lives right now and your big brother Jake. I will have answers for you, but not from the fragmented memories I will be able to remember then, because, let's face it, your mom's not getting any younger, but from the right here and now as we live our lives together, and I endeavor along with your father to raise you, remember Jake, and continue to work in his name and memory. The first thing I would like to tell you both, because when you watch this, you will be able to hear mommy say bad words, is that the idea of destiny is crap. I will never believe that some pre-written destiny intended for your brother Jake to drown at the age of 2 years old. I will never believe that he was meant to be taken away from all of us that tragic Thanksgiving weekend in 2013, when he walked out of the home we were visiting to push his baby doll stroller on the dock all alone in the dark. But what I do want to tell you about crap and destiny is that you can take the former and use it to reinvent the latter. That's right, girls. Life will throw crap at you. It already has more than your share. But part of why I'm writing to you today is to tell you, don't try to dodge it. Take it, own it, and use it to reinvent it into a mission of purpose and service. I know this is much harder to do than I'm making it sound, but I know you girls can do it. Girls, when your brother died, I didn't know what to do. I didn't know how to act, how to live, some days even how to get out of bed, or even take care of you, Julia. You were only 3 months at the time. It breaks my heart to even have to tell you that I almost went with him. There were even some days I imagined how I could do it. Whether it was taking a bottle of the pills prescribed to me to sleep at night, or running my car off the side of the road. But every day, for months, I fought to be here for you, Julia. And Josie, although you were not there at the time, I know you were part of God's plan. But every day was a battle. I was torn between wanting to be with Jake, but needing to be here for you girls. Something inside me told me my destiny was not to follow Jake. Something inside me screamed, you are not my destiny, and I'm not going. I know that something was you girls. So you see, without you, there would be no me, no us, no one to rewrite the real destiny, the one of our family going forward with and without Jake. And rewrite it we have. The Live Like Jake Foundation has made such a huge impact in just under 4 years. We have been able to provide over 950 scholarships for ISR self-rescue swim lessons in 22 states. We have also financially and emotionally assisted dozens of families that have been directly affected by a drowning, both fatal and non-fatal. I truly believe that these ISR lessons that teach children from 6 months to 6 years to survive in the water could have saved your brother's life. So it's extremely important to me that not only everyone knows about ISR, but that every family can participate whether they can afford it or not. My sweet Josie, AKA JoJo. Although you were not a part of our original family of four plan, I couldn't imagine my life without you in it. After you were born, I would tell people we were meant to have a third child. And you never know, maybe someday she'll save the world. Do you remember that video, Josie? You made such a huge impact on the world. This video has been viewed more than 52 million times on social media and the internet. And when it was posted a few years ago, it brought much needed awareness to childhood drowning. So you see, Josie, you were not only a blessing to our family, but you were a blessing to so many all over the world. Girls, I want to tell you a little bit about your brother. I know through the years you have heard countless stories and memories, and you probably know them all by heart, but let me tell you anyway. Your brother Jake was born January 10th, 2011 at 9:30 p.m. And he made me a mom for the first time. I never knew a love like that existed until I held him that night. My heart was filled to capacity with love, joy, and compassion. There was nothing more that I wanted than to love and protect our son. Jake had a smile that could light up any room, and he brought so much joy to everybody that knew and loved him. And he was perfect in my eyes. He had a few quirks, one of which was his language that we called Jakenese. In Jakenese, a lizard was a woo-woo, a triangle was a kako, his blankets were his bees. Julia, he used to take your pink blankets and say, Jua's bee. So we nicknamed you Jua Bee until you were old enough to tell us your name was Julia, not Jua Bee. But one of my favorites in Jakenese, a frog was a frucky without the R. Jake was just a simple little happy boy, and it really didn't take much to put a smile on his face. He found such joy in the simplest of things, like wearing my shoes, flushing toilets, turning lights on and off, watching fans, but most of all, pushing his baby doll strollers. So who would he be now, my girls, as I write this letter to you? A 7-year-old first grader missing 4 teeth and starting to get a little embarrassed to hang around his parents? Or a big brother who at the moment is driving you crazy? Or who would he have been in the future, where you two girls will be standing reading this letter? But if he had lived, there would be no letter. No Josie, because we were only going to have 2 children. No Live Like Jake Foundation that has saved countless lives. So destiny, it seems, is a little bit more complicated than I first imagined. Yes, it can feel like crap. But here we are all doing such important work because we lost Jake. Julie and Josie, as I write this letter to you, I feel myself walking forward more ably into a future with Jake but also without him. And I could hardly be here speaking these words intended for you over a decade from now if I didn't believe in a tomorrow. A tomorrow in which drownings will no longer be the #1 cause of accidental death in children ages 1 to 4. A tomorrow in which you girls will no longer be girls, but young women speaking your truths and pursuing your dreams. So go and do that, my beautiful, strong daughters. Do not be held back by the strictures of what some would tell you is your destiny or the sadness into which you came into being. Go and be all and do all. And as you walk forward, hold each other's hands, and Jake's too. He's with you, I promise. Love, Mom.